It could be a bit hard if you don't have a primary motivating factor. So before even I start the training for today, what is your primary motivating factor? What inspires you? What pushes you? What makes you to wake up very early? I think the only day I came a bit late was yesterday because surprisingly, I stepped, I believe when I was driving, I must have passed over a piece of wood with too many nails. I saw it on my tire after like passing over it. And that's why I delayed, because I had to work on my tire to change it. And of course, I am one of the few drivers who don't drive on spare tire. I drive on spare tire just to move from home to a place where I can change the tire. It's a discipline. But that's the only thing that made me delay. What is your excuse? It could be maybe you were taking your child to school. I understand that. It could be maybe you were picking your mother from hospital. That is a good excuse. There are excuses that are good. I don't know if you're getting me. There are excuses that are not worth even mentioning from your mouth. For example, I woke up when I don't have energy. How can you wake up when you don't have energy? It is simply because you allow it, isn't it? Eh? All of us wake up when we don't want to wake up. Who wakes up when they want to wake up early? Very few. But what motivates us to wake up early is because we think about our future. We see where we want to be. I always start seeing my future at 5 a.m. and I say I have to do something about it. So you are welcome to today's training, and it's going to talk about upscale marketing. And in your back office, you have what it shows how to recruit up. But I wanted to say something better: upscale marketing, how to market from up, not from down. And it works in different businesses, actually. This topic, or this training you guys are getting, is not only for network marketing. It also works for many other businesses. I know you are going to make a lot of money and start up other very good investments which require you to market, and of course, you will need such trainings. So thank you very much for coming early and for being consistent from Monday. Who has been very early from Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and you're here? I can see I saw these people here at the front. Who says I've also been very early? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Put up your hand. Let's clap. Oh, what about the rest? Today you are early. Yesterday you were not, like me. Monday you were not. Let's always be early for training if you are a full-timer. But if you are a part-timer, it is understandable, because there are things that you do in the morning and they generate for you income, and you have to do the business after those things. You see, it's understandable. Okay, so for now, we are going to look at upscale marketing, how you can market from up rather than from down. Because if you market from down, there is no way you can build a very big business. How many of us from Monday up to now, someone joined your business? Put up your hand. Your business means your team. Anyone? Okay, put up straight. Put up straight. Let's clap for them. Let's clap for them. I know why you are not clapping, because you are not the one who is putting up your hand. So let's clap as if you are clapping for yourself. Now, the people who are getting in, people in the business, there are two types of people we get. We get people in the business who are down, and we also get people in the business who are up. Now, if you look at the people who have been joining your business for the past 6 months or 5 months or 4 months, are they people below your level, or they are people above your level? You will notice that those with people above their level, they actually get bigger results with fewer people than you, who has a lot of people below your level. I don't know if you're getting me. Anyone who is very serious is serious. Anyone who is not serious is not what? Serious. So upscale marketing, I'm going to give a very good example, and I want to bring it down to our level because I picked it from Vusi Tembekwayo. Who has heard of Vusi Tembekwayo? He's a South African motivational speaker, and we met him with Arias in 2012 2010 when he came to Uganda with our upline. And from that time, I liked following Vusi Tembikwai. And as I was asking, he has some videos that he does on YouTube, and you can ask a question. So I asked a question about upscale marketing, and his response is about a very high standard, because I think if for him, everyone who follows him is big. So I'm going to use that example, then bring it down to our level. When they are selling, let me not even use that example. When they are selling, who has been in a place where they are selling a nice car? I will not give example of which car, but a nice car, according to your level, a nice car. Who has been in a place where they are selling it? Or you go to a bank, they don't sell a nice car from the market in Wandegea. They put a very nice car in the center, because the people who go to the market of Wandegea are not the people who can afford that car. I don't know if you're getting me. At the airports, that's where they put a very nice GL Mercedes-Benz. For him, he said Rolls-Royce, but we don't have them here. If they are here, then maybe they are few. But we have mostly Mercedes-Benz, the GL, the Range Rovers. The other time we were with Elias and at the Dar es Salaam airport, which is Julius Nyerere, and there was a small helicopter. I don't know the exact names of those planes. Me, I use the planes for you. Maybe you know but me, I like sitting in the plane. I don't like cramming the names. But that small plane, Elias saw it and he walked to it. And he started asking, how much is this plane? Inside me, I was like, why is he even asking? Is he going to buy it? But when they told us the money, it was about 10.5 billion. And it is Tanzanian made. Now, if it is Tanzanian made at 10.5 billion, that means you are supposed to pay like 25 billion to get a good one. But now it is Tanzanian made, so you pay for your death. But what I'm trying to mean, it was a good plane. And it was small and you could sit in alone and fly it. How many would like to fly a plane? Your own. As in at your home, you have a parking. So Elias has that dream. He says, I'm going to get so busy that I can fly to Gulu, where Jim Moes went by bus, and I meet him there. And I present for his people. And after presenting for his people, I tell them, bye-bye, I'm going to Ajumani, where he has to cross, is it Moyo? Where you cross even on a ferry, struggling. But for him, he comes by plane. And then from there, he says, I have to visit my parents in Kisoro. You know, when you have that plane, you just enjoy it. You are always in the air. How many want to be like that? So Elias, that is his dream. But where could he find a plane being sold? In the market? Could he find it in the Budu house? Or around? No, you find it where rich people are. Good and highly quality products are not sold in fake places. That's why when I want to shop for best tea, tea or Nescafe or something that is really very good, I do not shop it from Uganda. Whenever I get a chance and I travel, I go in a nice supermarket, I buy, and I put in my suitcase. So when you visit me, Mr. Mwanje, you say, this tea is of a high standard. And I say, because I'm a high standard. I don't know if you're getting me. Nice things, write it, right? We have started a training. Nice things are only sold in high standard places. Those of you who go for shopping, we have a white party, an upcoming white party for the beach party. It's going to be nice, all white, everyone know. In fact, all the people at that beach will be looking at us. So we shall prospect many of them. But if you go shopping for the white attire in a very bad place, we will tell when we see it. We'll just look at you and tell this one. In fact, sometimes when you are walking, it tears. Because it is cheap. Please go and shop your white attires in any place. Me, I'm trying to mean that if you want to meet high quality people, go to high places. That's why I don't like, I'm sorry, I'm a Christian. I like helping people. I like being part of, when I hear there's an orphan who is alone and I have the resources, I can. One time when I became a diamond, I was helping some kids in COVID-19. So I like helping, but I also know my standard. So when I want to go to a church, I go to a church of high standard. Why? Because when we are praying, our prayers are different. We don't pray like the ones who are struggling. You know, the ones who are struggling, when they are praying, they cry. Why are you crying? You should just say, God, thank you. It has been an amazing week. Now, God, I want a better week. And you hear such a prayer, you're like, this neighbor is good. It doesn't mean I'm like them. I just want to be like them. So I go to where high standard people be. When I want to watch a movie, I don't go where, you remember those days, Mr. Alex, you remember those days when we were young? Mr. Alex was a bit older than me, but there was some places where they would watch movies. Katani Comptons. Who do you find there? Thieves. Nowadays, very few people go to such places. Very few. In fact, I don't think they are there. But they are there maybe in the upcountry. But in Kampala, we all go to a nice cinema and watch movie. And who do you find? You find people like celebrities eating popcorn. So it's easy to prospect when you are in a nice place. Those of you who go for shopping, please, you continue shopping the way you want, but also once in a while. Can we say once in a while? Buy a handkerchief from Woolworth. Once in a while, you go to Woolworth, you say, I don't have money, but I've come to window shop. And then you see the high standard people. As in, I don't know if you're getting me. There's a time I was walking around with Elias around Winner Classic, and we saw a shoe that was costing 2 million Ugandan shillings. I almost fainted. 2 million. But to make it worse, someone came and asked for it, and they packed it when we were there. So I asked Elias, how can someone wear a shoe of 2 million? Tell your neighbor, I want to meet such people. When you tell them Andro tea, they buy a whole box. They don't buy one. They say it is good. Why should I buy a little? It will get out of stock. Let me buy a whole box. How much profit do you make? Crazy. When you show them the packages, they buy a premium. They don't go for starter. Or at least superior. There is a standard for high-class people. High-class people very rarely think of a starter. Not because they have a lot of money, but because their standard is high quality. Tell your neighbor, I want to bring in high-quality people. My question is, do you know where they are? Do you know where they are? No, put up your hand. We are learning. It's a training. Says, I know where to find high-class people. Put up your hand straight, like this. It's a training, please. If you bore me, I will stop here. Who says, I can meet high-class people? I know where to find them. Put up your hand. I've been giving you examples. Don't make me to abuse you. In our teacher of chemistry used to say, please. I've been training you and you're still like this. Why do you want to be a low standard? Who says, I know where to meet high standard people? Put up your hand straight. Like if your neighbor's hand is down, move away from them. There's a problem. Seriously. Now, if you want to grow very fast, let's move. If you want to grow very fast, how to recruit up in your OQATA business. Now, I've been talking generally. Now we are moving to OQATA. You want to grow very fast? People ask me, how did you make $10,000 in 3 months in one company? Some people here know that story. Who knows that story? Some people. Even when you joined late, even when I had left, they told you, someone here made $10,000 in his first 3 months. Why don't you make a landmark also? So that they talk about you even when you have gone. How did I make it? I connected with people who were higher than me. I'm not rich. I don't come from a rich family. I do not come from a rich neighborhood. I just loved rich people. I just admired whenever I used to go to Standard Chartered Bank. My father was banking from there, so he would send me there to pick my school fees. And as I go with a check to pick money, I see people dressed very smartly. And inside me, and God is my witness, I would say, I want to dress like these people. I want to be in such a good working place. It was just a bank, but I loved the environment. I loved the way they would smell. And you know, by then I was a student. What happened? When I started selling cakes and cookies, my first customers were my aunties who were working in Standard Chartered Bank. When I was selling cakes and cookies, I would supply them in supermarkets, and not ordinary supermarket, the best supermarket where I was staying. When I was selling cakes and cookies, I would supply them to hostels, but not any hostel. By then, the best hostel, who remembers by then? Okay, so you have different age. Who remembers? Jim Wes. Jim, what was the best hostel of your time? Best hostel? Akamwes. Now, just imagine, those are the places where I would supply my cookies. Why not to supply to those fake places? Because I knew when I was in high school, I was baking rock bands during break time and also in the evening. Now, my story is real. Elias knows. Whoever has met me knows my story. But I would sell, in my class, I would not sell their cakes and cookies. Do you know why? I was doing PCB and everyone was boring. You know how PCB students are. They are boring a bit. So I went to hell. The history, economics, literature, where the young ladies would be. And you know, they are daughters of big people. So they would smell my cookies and they buy them. I would sell to the head teacher. Can you imagine a student selling to the head teacher? It was illegal. It wasn't allowed. But the head teacher would buy. Why? They were nice cookies. And I was attracting myself to the high standard. I don't know if you're getting me. Now, in OQATA Wellness Solution, and even when I joined network marketing, always I looked at people who were above me. Always I would pass some people and never show them my opportunity because they were below my level. And that is what put me on high speed in network marketing. I don't know if you're getting me. They say don't prejudge, very true, but don't prejudge on your level and above. Are you learning? A little club of 6 to 10 people can launch your business. Some of us are looking at 200 people. You go meet them in Kiboga. 200 people in Kiboga. You even take a photo. I've met 200 people. My question is, what is the result? After meeting 200 people, no one joined. It is either you're a poor presenter or you met poor people. Simple. Otherwise, Wavamuno would be selling his cars the way people sell them in bonds. You see how they sell in bonds? They stop anyone. You just drive around Lumumba Avenue, or you take a walk, dress very smartly, and take a walk around Lumumba Avenue. Many people will stop you because they are selling cheaper vehicles. But at Spear Motors, no one stops you. You enter by yourself. You chase out yourself by yourself. I don't know if you're getting me. So the reason as to why all expensive products are not sold like cheap products is because they have learned upscale marketing. They know where to market. I will talk about banks. Which bank has the corporate and which bank has everyone? Mention. We are learning. Mr. Mwanje, which bank has everyone? Which bank? Have you seen when we were at the event? I think it was Mr. Pius. You invited some bankers. But did you find any Standard Chartered Bank people? I don't know if you're getting me. Did you find, you get, because there are people who don't market their service anyhow. Then there are those who market anyhow because they are focusing on Muntu Wawansi. I don't know if you're getting me. Because their banking products can also be good for Muntu Wawansi. I don't know if you're getting me. Are you getting it? Am I confusing you? So for you, who are you marketing to? Omuntu Wawansi, or you want Omuntu wa level you and above? We are not selling Tampeko. You know, Tampeko, anyone can buy it. We are selling a supplement that costs, what is the minimum for a supplement? Pardon? Don't mention the supplement. They cost 56,000. How many days do they use it? Pardon? 15 days. And is that the end? They have to? So can someone who is a lower level afford it? No. We are not targeting those people. Some people say, why don't you bring a package that is below a starter price? Tell them we are not focusing on such people. We are focusing on people And I'm going to show you the statistics. We have not even touched. Combined Neolife, a different company, Forever Living, BF Suma, and OQATA, we have not reached even a quarter of the population of the people I'm going to show you. So we have a big population. We have a big market, untapped. Why? Because networkers fear the up class. Upper. They market lower. They market what? Tell your neighbor, don't worry. You market upper. Let's read this together. What does it say? You're thinking of growing a $1 million business, earnings, $1 million earnings, and you're thinking lower class. You're finished. I have Frisian cow, and it gives me milk that I market. But that milk, I don't sell it anywhere. You don't see me selling. You don't see me talking about it, because when I was starting to market that milk, I got a write-up, a proposal, and I gave it to nice hotels around me. So they pick it. Someone else has the same cow, but they are going around struggling to sell to Omuntu Wawansi. Are we ready? Are you learning or not learning? It is easy to make money without struggle. A little club of 6 to 10 people can launch your business. A little club, 6 to 10 people. There is a time my wife sells on Instagram. Actually, you should support her, but I'm not here to market her business. But when she's selling her products, there's a way they are good at social media marketing. I'm also learning from them. And there's a way they market that they attract high class. So one time, someone that I admired and I wanted to sell my network marketing products was attracted to my wife. And I saw her, because I'm the one who dropped her, I saw her deliver the products to a minister, a very high class woman. I saw her in Wandegea those days when I was in another company. And I was seated at Haj Sebanchai restaurant. You know that restaurant? Now I think it is a bit fake. So now it is Dream Restaurant shining. So imagine the Dream Restaurant of that time. So I saw her get out of the car, the way she had dressed, the way she was smelling, you know, a good perfume. You smell it from far. And I said, what? This lady, if I can just meet her and I show her my business, but it is not easy if you don't have a connection. I don't know if you're getting me. So I crammed her face, how she was walking in my mind. Years passed. Now I see my wife delivering the product. When we were having some meals at a certain good hotel, that lady also walked in with her family, and she could recognize my wife, but not me. I don't know if you're getting me. Who says I want to attract high-class people? Who says that the business people who attract low-class people make a lot of money? They take longer. The people who attract high-class people make a lot of money. Let it be if you are selling phones, if you are selling the latest iPhone, you have to attract the young working class. The young working class. If you are selling a latest iPhone, and you go in a university, yes, they have money. Yes, their parents have money. But you won't sell as fast as someone who will go to an SSF building. Right or wrong? So let's start now. By 2021, middle class population was up to 15.5 million in Uganda. And that is people who earn between 2.9 million to 6.5 million a month. 15.5 million in population. How many are in your team? How many are in OQATA? We have approximately 5,000 people in OQATA, and they are not all of them middle class. Some are actually the lower class. Is it clear? So middle class in OQATA could be only about 3,000 to 2,000. So we still have a long way. We can actually get, if we can only get in OQATA, the whole company, only 100,000 middle class. Woo! as members. Do you know who they attract? I don't know if you're getting me. When I joined one company, I captured one middle-class lady who was married to a great guy, and that guy was making good money. I remember when they would come to let me even go to my first company as an example. When I started in my first company, I didn't know how to market, and I would attract mostly the people who were also my level and below. I took 1 year to recruit my first person. You ask around who was there in 2007. I would sell products because I was used to selling cookies. It was easy for me to sell, but recruiting people to do a business, it was hard. Why? I was only talking to people of my level and below. And because they saw me sell cookies, they were not interested in any business I was doing because they thought it's like selling cookies. I don't know if you're getting me. Then one day I visited my auntie. I don't know if you're following. And when I visited her, I had gone to sell products. A salesperson is a salesperson. I wasn't thinking of anything to do with joining the business. So as I was talking about the products, she asked me, how do you benefit? And I was fearing to mention because she would not buy. If I tell her on omega-3, I make 20,000. Will she buy my omega-3? She will say, you are making 20,000 from each omega-3. It's good money, isn't it? Or give me at a member price. But then I started sharing with her how I benefit through retail, and also I shared my upline story, who was benefiting in building a network. And she said, I am interested. I want to make an extra 2 million, 3 million, 5 million. And she was a lawyer by profession. So because she was higher than me, I didn't want to present and I spoiled it. So I invited my upper upline, who presented the business, and my auntie joined the business. When she joined, my business started growing. From the day my auntie joined, she invited her in-laws who were living in Tororo, working in Center for Disease Control. They monitor. One of them is even living in Kenya now. If you have had so many people who are actually used to work in Monitor. I'm trying to remember that guy who is now with the president. And all those people joined my team. And I had so many people joining in Tororo through Center for Disease Control. A nobody who has an aunt who is a somebody was able to get a business of somebody's. Why? Because I started marketing upscale. From the day my auntie joined, my business changed. I remember in Tororo, all the high-class people were joining the business because of the products. Because also the person who was marketing to them was a coordinator at Center for Disease Control. The other person who was marketing to them was an audit, how do we call them? Those guys who write in the news. How do we call them? An editor of Monitor, not Tororo, Uganda at large. And he was marketing to them. The other person who was marketing to them was a top lawyer in Tororo. The other person was a Kenya who was a member of parliament. Can you imagine? A Kenya was in my team. Clap for me. But how could a Kenya join me? Did I know him? No. Was I his class? No. But what did I do? Marketed to my auntie, and my business changed. You want to move very fast? Market upper class. They were joining. In that first company, we didn't have things like packages. We had membership, 100,000 shillings, and those who had money could buy products to top up in order for them to achieve the first rank. So all the people who were joining at manager level, buying a lot of product, 1 million and above, 2008. So it's possible. You too can do it. In Mbale, when we entered Mbale, I remember they put me in their car. They drove me from Tororo in the evening. I would go every evening to meet them. When you get high-class people, support them once a week. Write it. You're not writing. When you get high-class people, support them once a week. They have the money, they have the right people, but they don't have everyday time. Understand that. They have once a week, and you should be available. Don't mention, no sense, I'm busy. You are busy with who? You have high-class people, you're saying you're busy. With who now? So, every weekend, I was a student at Molago, but every Friday I was on by then it was Elgon Bus. Who remembers Elgon Bus? Those who used to live in the East, now it is YY. You remember. So I would sit on that bus and go. Who pays my transport? From my commissions. And I would go to Mbale, Tororo. Then from Tororo, they drive me in their car. I remember on the roadside eating maize, but I'm not the one buying. They are buying. When we reached St. Andrew's Church of Uganda, there was a group playing the band. I still remember very well. That group was for students of the university playing the band, but students from rich families. I don't know if anyone comes from Mbale here. And we would be with them. They finished playing because my leader was the leader of the band. So they finished playing, then they sit them together, we do a presentation. Why would they sit and wait? Because the leader of the band, who is also coordinator of CDC and the editor of Daily Monitor, was there. Plus Honorable Kanya sometimes. Who are you to go away when those people have invited you? And we started at St. Andrew's Church every weekend. We are not paying for the venue, the church compound, and a tree. I remember. And we grew a team. Then a lady who is the late, may her soul rest in peace, called Anwa Ndendea, joined us. She was heading a very big organization called, if I remember, on Tororo Road somewhere there. She was heading a big organization. And she joined and brought a lot of high-class people, and a nurse joined called Sapiri. I remember her name, Nalongo, and she brought people in the hospital, Mbare Referral Hospital, and several people joined. My business shoot up through one person, Aunt Lydia. It is possible for you also if you go high class. Are you thinking now? Are you thinking about the 6 to 10 people? I've mentioned my one person who took me up. I had another person in another company who took me up, and many others who have taken me up. Their companies have joined, and I have only recruited only people higher than me. Why? Because even those companies had bigger packages that had big money. So you could not focus on the Wanaichi. I don't know if you're getting me. Please, am I complicating business for you? Who says my mind is opening? Put up your hand. Say, my mind is opening. Who is seeing customers now? Who is seeing business people now? One day, I was at Speak Hotel, and I was presenting in some of my other businesses I was doing. And as I was presenting, Gashumba came and sat around there. And I didn't know him. Actually, we became friends from that day. I didn't know him, he didn't know me. And Gashumba went to the gym to work out. And you know what I did? I said, how much is membership at Speak? At that time, I was a diamond, I could afford. So I went, I'm not a gym person, by the way, but I went, paid for membership, got those outfits, and I started enjoying. As I was enjoying, I'm watching him. And we connected through talking about some political things. And before I knew it, he had invested in my business. I don't know if you're getting me. You want to recruit such people, be where they are. It doesn't mean you pay a lot of money. No. It's clear. Who says I can get them? 2.9 million to 6.5 million a month. Who are these people? Some of them are nurses at a higher level, doctors, of course. Some are lawyers, some are engineers, some are business people. Anyone who earns 5 million a month in Uganda is among the people of 3 million or 4 million that you are looking for to join your business. On Friday, there is a gentleman called Charles from Prism who has organized a corporate meeting. We are going to use the upper floor. And one of the leaders he recruited heads sales and marketing, Kenya Airways. Do you think that person earns 1 million? One person is laughing. He's not earning 1 million, and she's attracting good people. So we have to think high class. If you are the most motivated person in your team, you will fail. You are the most motivated. You are the mentor. I hear you, some of you call yourselves I'm a mentor. And you look at the person calling themselves a mentor, you wonder who they are mentoring. You even feel sorry for them. I never called myself a mentor in many years until people named me Diamond. I don't know if you are getting me. Until people could call me Applied themselves. I don't know if you are getting what I'm talking about. If you are the mentor, the only mentor in your team, if you are the only motivated person in your team, if you are the only one who comes early, if you are the only one who attends kickoff meeting, your goal is to have hundreds, even thousands of people on your team at your level of motivation and higher who are actively recruiting up. Never will you recruit a teacher who is motivated, who is serious, and they bring teachers of small schools. Every time a teacher joined my team and they were teaching at a good school, Jaria was among the people who joined my team. She was teaching at Kaboja. The teachers she brought were Kaboja, Kampala parents and above. I never saw Jaria bring me a low-class person. Never. Do you know some of the people Jaria brought? Just over a few days ago, we met some of them. Jaria brought me one of her parents who was taking children at Kaboja, and that was Bobby Wine and the wife, Babi. And it was me to present. Can you imagine? I sat, I was panicking, my knees were fellowshipping, my lips were not moving the way they should move. I'm seated with Babi. And the car of Bobby Wine had parked, and you know he could not turn off the engine. He has money, so it would remain on. He was smoking something. By then he had dreadlocks, playing music all over the car, waiting for his wife. Who is with the wife? Jimmy and nobody. And I'm busy presenting. Esako, you bring someone on the left with the baby. And you know, I love the way God works. When he brings you high-class people, he gives you high-class confidence. So I was so confident. I remember even there is a time I had just started driving. I think that time Bobby Wine was not there, and Bobby wanted to pick something from Kaboja. She gave me the car keys of a Range Rover. I feared to drive. There was a guy called Pius who was my downline. I told Pius, because he liked driving such cars, I told him, drive me. I'm the boss. I sat in the back seat. And I was just saying, God, me. In fact, that day, I thought like I am a billionaire. Who am I? Open the window and I would wave. I tell people, this is Bobby Wine's car. I am the one inside. And guys, we tell you it is possible. Get the high-class people, they will open doors for you. Get the low-class people, they will close doors for you. No wonder you are panicking. January is a bad month. High-class people are recruiting. January is a bad month. Yesterday and the other day and the other day, Uganda sold 70 million. Uganda is a bad month. Uganda or January? January is a bad month. The business is down. It is down because you are down with your team. The business is not down. The business is moving up. For us as the sales team, we are ready to bring high-class people. You are bringing low-class people. Even when you are bringing them, the askari warns you, please don't enter. This person will cause trouble. You even want to fight with askari. We instructed askari, if someone comes and they look shabby, they are not serious, not well-dressed, not groomed, don't allow them. But you are the people bringing them, you fight with askari. That's why your business is down, down, down. The problem, most distributors at OQATA, Budu House, look for people to sponsor who are at their level of motivation. You woke up with no energy. You invite people. You even ask them, how would it feel for you? Even you, your energy is zero. Let us go to Budu House. That is why. They do this business. They feel comfortable talking to these people. For example, someone who is a 5 on a scale will try to recruit someone who is 3 because they feel comfortable. You are lazy, approaching high class. Today, perfumes are so cheap. People are even mixing. There are people who mix. There are cheaper perfumes. But you find someone who will want to enter a high-class office not smelling good. Those are the people they chase away. Can you imagine who is chasing you? A common secretary. Common secretary says you are not supposed to enter. In fact, when they see a high-class person, they get that. I remember it happened to me at Standard Chartered Bank. I went to see a big guy, head of the department. They did not allow me to meet him. Yet someone came in, well-dressed, not even serious, and that person, they allowed them to enter. Me, I was there. At that time, I waited 4 hours. Then I asked my father. My father has always helped me. And I asked him, Dad, why did I wait for 4 hours to meet so-and-so? He was our relative. And Dad said, how did you dress? I brought the clothes. He laughed. He said, you will keep on waiting with such clothes. So I went and changed my wardrobe. I looked for small perfumes, very small. They were small like this. Cost $1,000. I smear a little bit. Then I go meet the same secretary. She says, today you look handsome. I say, I've always been handsome, but the problem is poverty. Tell your neighbor, who are you prospecting? Next, the person who is a free, you recruit a free on a scale, who brings a 2 on a scale, who brings a 1 until you reach 0. So you ask yourself why there is zero motivation, no one is excited. Even when they are clapping for CEO, I mean CEO is coming to speak and your distributors are the ones seated. Because there is no motivation. They see CEO as a very, maybe for him is lucky. Which is true. Luck shines on those who deserve. Let's be serious. You see motivated people, when CEO is coming, they are clapping. Yesterday there were 2 people here. I think one of them is under either Mr. Mwangi or Pius. There's a lady who was here, brown. Yesterday but one, when I did the plan. And every time I would say anything, she would smile. Because I was seeing her. But the people, some of you bring, you say something very touching, very exciting. And you make them sit at the front. My goodness, can you imagine? You bring your unmotivated, unserious, and you bring them here. So as when we are presenting, you get it, my brother. You are looking at them. Have you been on stage here? You know what it means to be here. And you are motivating people who are just looking. You say, can we clap? Anyone who wants to buy a car, their hands are down. Very poor, but their hands are down. Anyone who wants to travel, some of them even start talking to their neighbor. What are they talking about? Can you imagine? Those are the people you are bringing. And you also have a goal. 2025, we are on the pedal. You are not on the pedal. You are on the brakes. Now the person who is a 2 sponsors 1. By the time this cycle repeats itself a few times, you end up having a huge organization of unmotivated people who take up your time and do little to move your business forward. We are going to recognize the top 10 of January. Don't say you are not in the top 10 because you are not among the top 10 highly motivated people. You are not in the top 10 because you lost your dream. You are going to see new faces. You wonder, where did so and so come from? Haji, maybe you will see yourself there. You say, how did I make it? Because you have motivated people. I don't know if you're getting me. Didn't you clap for me when I was coming to speak? Why aren't you clapping when I'm speaking? Your goal is to have hundreds, even thousands of people on your team at your level of motivation and higher who are actively recruiting up. That is the only way to grow a big team. In one company, one of my neighbors is a lawyer. I won't mention where they work, but a top lawyer. And he had built there a house for his mother, and he's a good friend of mine. So when he came to visit my site, I shared with him the opportunity. I wasn't shy. I said, this is a top lawyer, someone who is a high-class neighbor. I connected with him. Where I stay, my first friends were people who were building houses, not those who are just coming to dig. Why? Because I wanted to connect with people who will motivate me so that I also build. I don't know if you're getting me. But some of us, where we stay in the neighborhood, the person who has money, we envy them. You don't befriend them. The person without money is your friend. When it comes to kick-off meeting, you are inviting, you invite your friend. Write down. Make friends with people higher than you. When you are leaving church, don't just leave and walk away. When you are leaving a mosque, don't just leave and walk away. Greet people higher than you. See them from afar. Miss Daddy Muhire, you stand up, I show you. Daddy Muhire is the father of my friend and a friend of many of you. Let's clap for him as he comes. Yeah, you can come. Daddy Muhire is someone we really respect here so much. His son is our friend. His daughter-in-law is our friend. So when I visit,
my sponsors.
Your sponsors are friends. So when I visit Daddy Muhire at his home, I will eat very well because everyone, we know them. So Daddy Muhire, I meet him. I'm at church. I'm a small body. He's a big somebody. I don't know if you're getting me. So when I see Daddy Muhire, the first thing I do is to smile. Can we smile? Can we smile, all of us? Smile, like smile, really smile. If you don't know how to smile, force it. Smile, really smile. And when I smile at him, I will go, because at church, there's no one showing off. Have you noticed that? Everyone goes down because we are worshiping God. So I go and I greet Daddy Muhire. I know I don't know him. So I say, hello, sir. I like to be like you. Are always very smart. That's okay. The next time I see him, wow. So I'm trying to connect with him. You may take your seat, Dad. I won't waste your time. But are you getting what I'm talking about? Every place where I go, I look for people higher than me or like me. Even if they may be broke, I may be far better than them, but because they look better than me, they are motivated people. I don't know if you're getting me. One time at my church, I pray from Watoto Church. And by then, now I no longer go to Ntinda because I shifted. And I used to see now the leader of opposition, Joel Senyonyi. By then, he was just a member of, no, not even a member of parliament. He was upcoming member of parliament. And I would see him, he was worshiping, he sits, he's very humble. People who have money or rich, most of them, a few are proud, most of them are humble. And I would see him, and I would like to connect with him. So I asked someone, can you connect me to Joel? They refused. Because they don't want you to know them. So one day I said, no, I'm a networker. I know the magic is smiling. Can we say smiling? I don't know if Jalia is here, she would be my witness. I don't know if Mr. Armstrong is here, he would be my witness. Are you able to call for me, Mr. Armstrong? I see leaderhood. Call for me, Mr. Armstrong, our head of procurement. I want to give you a live example. Call for me, Mr. Armstrong. So I would just smile. Can we say smile? Smile. And every day I greeted Joel. My wife, by then she was a girlfriend, she would say, but why? Why every day after church you greet people, everyone? I tell him I'm in a business of people. So I greet Joel. I say, Honorable. By then he was not even a member of parliament. And I connect with him. I connect with him every Sunday. He didn't know my name. I knew his name. I connected with him. One day there was a men's fellowship and we were fewer now. You know, when we are a big church, there are many people. So in the men's fellowship, we were few. And I sat next to him. You know how God connects you? Law of attraction. So I started greeting him. I've not shared any business with Joel, but I just wanted Joel to be my friend. And from the men's fellowship, we connected. One time I was at parliament to meet another person. I see him. He looked at me, you know, because for him is a higher level. He may not be the first one to greet me. So he just looked at me and it showed he remembers me. And I say, I am Jimmy, the one who at church. I'm connecting. He gave me his number. He gave me his card. We connected. I don't call him. I act also like the high class people. You don't just get a number of a high class. Tomorrow you call, hey, hello, I have gotten your number yesterday. No, you first also pretend. So Yesterday, but one, we were going somewhere and we met him plus a group of other NUP leadership. And when we met him, I still didn't see him at first, but he was looking at me. And I was with Mr. Armstrong and Jaria, and then I saw him. I said, Honorable. He said, yes, Jimmy. I said, oh, he's not the president of the country. He's not even close to the president of the country, but he's the leader of opposition. Mr. Armstrong, sorry to remove you from a big office. You can come here. Let's clap for Mr. Armstrong as he comes. I'm trying. Mr. Armstrong is a corporate person and is our elder. He's always teaching us a lot of things. He's about to retire, but don't retire very early. He's about to retire. He has worked in this life, but when he saw the vision of Elias, he said, I'm here to support you. And he had promised him earlier. These are people who are working with OQATA to help you. Seriously. If you know the story of Mr. Armstrong, you'll really see these people did not come here just to help themselves. They are helping you. He likes Elias so much, he wanted to support him. So I was with him, and he's a corporate man at that beach we won't mention. So as we were sightseeing, we visited many beaches. Mr. Armstrong saw the corporate people, and we said with Mr. Armstrong, we will not go there. But then when we peeped, we saw a bigger person, bigger in the country. So we said, let's just go and greet. So we went, greeted. As we were greeting, you remember Joel Senyoni was there. When I greeted him, didn't he act like we had seen each other many times? Simple. That's why I called you, Mr. Armstrong. I'm sorry. I wanted them to learn something. I'm teaching them, Mr. Armstrong, I'm teaching them how to connect to high-class people. And Jaria is very good at that, by the way. Very good. No wonder Jaria, in our previous companies, could bring high-class people. Please, guys, it is easy. You don't connect immediately. It takes time. Now, just imagine you have 1,000 people you have connected with in 1 year. High class. What will happen the following year? Very easy. I remember also in another time, I was connected to the late now. She was the deputy. I know Mr. Armstrong knows such people. The deputy of public service something. She was called Hilda Musubirwa, the late now. And I didn't know her. So I was passing with my products. You know, when you're supplying a big office, I was going to Mr. Patrick. Now he's a commissioner in Ministry of Education. By then he was working there. He was also a lecturer at the university. And as I was going to meet Mr. Patrick, I see a certain office and a lady who looks class inside. You know, Hilda, the late, was really classy woman. So I peeped. No one told me about her. I just peeped. I saw her. Then after finishing with Mr. Patrick, I went to see Hilda with just smiles. Remember now, I had worked on my small image. I was smarter. I was cleaner. I was always combing my hair. So I didn't look like a suspect. So when I smiled, Hilda said, come in, young man. What are you selling to Mr. Patrick? And I told him, I'm not actually selling. I'm educating about health and how to stay healthier for longer. She said, have a seat. Tell me. I started talking. And Hilda ordered for products more than what Patrick had ordered. And from that time until her time of death, I was a supplier of nutritional supplements. Even when I left network marketing of nutritional supplements, she would still call me, and I called someone I know in that company to deliver to her. Wow. How many want to get such people? The first time I met General Kainerugaba Muhoozi was in Entebbe. Now he doesn't know me at all. I'm just telling you connection. And I started seeing there is a certain hotel in Entebbe where he used to go. I don't know what he was doing there. Maybe he owns it. Maybe they had meetings and everyone ran away. I saw people running. Me, I was still taking my tea. You know, as a networker, you brag a bit. No money. I didn't even have a car. I had used the taxi. I'm bragging. I see people running. I say, are they suspects or what? Then I saw soldiers entering. Then I said, I think something wrong is going to happen. So as I was going out now, no more going out. Me, I am going out. And I meet a tall guy he's a brown guy in a suit. and is entering with many soldiers. I just stood somewhere where I was. I knew it is a big person, but I didn't know it was him. So I just stood and smiled, just like stationary, just a huge smile. The guy who was not smiling, those who know him, who have met him, he started smiling and he stood and just said, "Hello, young man." And I just said, "Hello, I'm Jimmy. I'm sorry. I was going out, but I just want to be like you one day." I didn't know who I was talking to. And he just smiled, touched my back, and he left. So the askari told me, "You will die one day." I said, "Why?" "That is General Mohoz." I said, "What?" Me, a nobody. I have been touched. I didn't bathe that night. By General Mohoz. My father, when I told him, he said, You remained there? They will kill you. Let it be President Museveni, let it be any big person, they will never do anything wrong to you if you smile. Can you imagine? I tell you something funny. Suicide bombers smile when they meet a kid. Can you imagine? He's going to bomb everyone, but they will smile. Why? Because they attract the kid so that no one thinks they are bad people. Even the devil smiles before they kill you. The only way to grow a big team that produces and continues to grow on its own is to get high motivated people. You never know who is going to join the business and build it big. Often people will fool you. You should never prejudge anyone, but you should be strategic and prospecting. That's what I told you. Don't prejudge, but be strategic. I was at the Protea Hotel. I'm sharing a lot of this. If you have time and you get me when I'm free, I can share with you how to get high class people, because we can't finish now. I was at Protea Hotel and I sat. By then, no, Simba Telecom, by then. And I said, and I set a goal, I must sell to Patrick Bitatule. I had read about him. I went to Simba Telecom, their office on Kampala Road, I sat. They said, "Who are you here to meet?" I said, "Patrick Bitatule." Everyone looked at me and said, yeah. I think this boy is mad. Everyone looked at me because he would come once in a week, and that time someone told me, so I went and waited. One lady passed and she looked money. I said, "This is the connector, destiny connector." I followed her, and only to discover she was the sister. I started talking about health. I don't talk about products. I don't talk about the business. These are rich people. I talk what will attract me, what will attract them to me, me to them. And then I shared knowledge. And before I knew it, Mr. Patrick came in. And when he was coming in, of course, someone comes with the briefcase. They put it there. Other people start running up and down. I know the big man is coming. So when he entered, he didn't focus on me. He focused on the sister. They talked. Then the sister said, "This young man has great information." So he said, "I am a bit free in 5 minutes. He can talk to me." He said, "What?" I started talking, powering data. That's why I tell you, attend training. After powering the data, he told me to make a list. I listed the products down. He said, "Add on." I added on. I added on. He said, time was 4. I multiplied. Got a list. It was by then 2010, but that list amounted to over 5 million. And he told me, "Can you deliver now?" I said, I don't have money. You know, when you don't have money to buy, can you go and pick? So I called my upline. I said, "Don't worry, let me call my delivery people." Now I'm calling my upline. I said, "Upline, I went outside to call. You have always wanted results. I have an order of 5 million. My upline believed in me. So when I said I'm at Patrick Vitatule's office, she said, "What? How much do they want?" They sent all the products. And he paid the cash. I gave him the products. From that day, I became the supplier of cleaning products and healthcare products to Simba Telecom. And we moved on to Protea. We moved on to Sky. Wow. I left that company, but I left someone there who is my upline supplying them up to now. High class people, very easy to get them. The problem is we don't know how to get them. Who are they? Professionals, lawyers, doctors, accountants, and other professionals are great prospects. Why? They have contacts, credibility, and disposable income. End of month, I know there's school fees to pay, but also some of them still have excess money. Still have excess. You go to Capital Shoppers over this weekend. People are taking back children to school. You'll find some who have bought what is not necessary. They have bought it. You'll find people who are asking the kids, pick what you want. They're taking back children to school. There is no money in the country. But for you are saying, pick what? Do you know even in the supermarket you can attract them? You know, it's easy. They are highly respected by their peers. So their peers will come. When a professional invites, their peers will come. You try Mr. Armstrong one day and tell him, Mr. Armstrong, please invite your people. He will invite them and they will come. Why do you think the rich people, when they organize a party, people come even a day before to sleep over? Because there is food. But when a poor person organizes, everyone comes late. So, they are also ridiculously hardworking, normally burnt out, and are looking for an exit strategy. A professional person earning between 2.9 million to 6 million will always grab opportunities. Now, 2, commission-based pay. Those who earn on commission, they are selling insurance, they earn commission. They are selling some things with government, they earn on commission. These are business people, but they are earning good money. Now, these people are people we should prospect. Anyone who works on commission, best pay understands that if they don't produce, they don't make money. You earn commissions. That's why networkers work even on a Sunday, because they want to earn a commission. So even these people are always on their laptops, busy. Even when they go on holiday, they are on their laptops looking for another business. Sales people, they know that they can produce and they have no problem not having a salary or a guaranteed income. These are typically your sales professionals. So prospect, think about anyone who is a sales professional. Ask your friend, do you know anyone who earns commissions and good commissions, not a salary? They tell you, get their numbers, and then ask them to make appointments on your behalf. The problem, networkers, you get those numbers and you want to call them as if you are an angel. An angel is someone who people will just listen to. There's a time I called Mr. Kabushenga. I have done things in this business. Someone gave me Kabushenga's number. Instead of me telling the person, please help me, call Kabushenga and make appointment, I called him. Kabushenga is a humble guy, by the way. But me, because I called him without appointment, he didn't know me, he picked up, he said, tell me. And then I said, I'm Jimmy, so-and-so, I am here to talk about health. He told me, never call this number if you are not sure what to say. And he was speaking very, very tough. So when I met him through my other person, now he didn't remember me, he was a humble guy, he listened to me and bought the products. As in, it's easy. By then, I knew the head of Bukede, the editor, the chief editor. I knew him. He's the one who gave me the number, but then I called badly. When I went through him again, they connected me. So use your contacts to be connected to people who earn well. Entrepreneurs. One way to recruit up in your MLM business is to focus on recruiting entrepreneurs and small business owners. Why? They understand investing time and money in their business. These are people who don't care to pay for a premium. They will pay for it. Some of them even have no car. They have no piece of land, but they are business people in their mind. They understand business. When I say present to people who are above you in level, some of them, I don't mean you have a car they don't have, they are lower than you. No. They may not be lower than you because they are motivated just like you. Their mindset is on track just like you. They have big dreams just like you. I don't know if you're getting me. So those people, prospect them. They are used to working hard. They don't care going up country to Gulu. You recruit them, you say there is an event in Guru, they will go. They are used to making risks. Actually, entrepreneurs are the best risk takers. And in network marketing, we take many risks. Right now, they are bombing Congo. But don't be shocked when you see a networker telling you, I'm in Congo. Of course, let us take risks, but let us be wise. Everyone is leaving Congo, Uganda Airline, everyone. But a networker will go. Very good at taking risks, but don't take stupid risks. Take calculated what? Risks. They understand delayed gratification. They have lots of contacts and they are normally respected in their community. My brother sells, one of my young brothers sells mushrooms, binyewa, is employed, but he has a traditional business. And that business made him popular in the area more than all of us. So whenever people meet me, I have other brothers, but they ask, what about so and so? Then I mention the rest. They say, no, no, no. When I mention Elijah, they say, yes. Why is he popular and respected even when he's lower than them in finances? It is because he's so aggressive, he's so motivated, he has big dreams, and that is why he's respected. Can you imagine? So when I say people of your level and above, I don't mean people who you are honoring, who are richer than you. No. I don't know if you're getting me. Your level of motivation and above. Plus, many of them are burnt out and want an exit plan from their small business. These are people who draw plans and they say, 2025, I need a big business. And they are willing to invest. These people don't fear loans. They can walk in a bank, pick 10 million, 5 million for premium, 5 million for strategizing how to grow their business. Do you know you need money to strategize? Do you know you need money for a cup of tea? What if you join an upline who has no money? Can your business grow? So you need your own money now. Next, teachers. If you have a teacher in your team, put up your hand. Anyone who has a teacher? That's very good. How are they faring? They are good at inviting. I had a mentor once tell me that teachers are the best people to recruit. Why? Because this is ultimately a teaching business. Most teachers in the real world are highly underpaid and want something more. And remember, they are good at teaching. So prospect teachers, write down all the teachers you know, those teaching your kids, those teaching your brother's kids, those teaching your sister's kids, those in the community you know, the headmaster you know. As in, I've seen teachers succeed in network marketing than any other profession. That's the truth. Teachers make big money in network marketing. When you find a quality prospect, introduce them to your upline success team who have a similar background to them. You find a teacher and one of your uplines is Jaria, introduce that teacher to Jaria. You find an accountant, introduce them to Hamson if he's your upline. You find a lawyer, introduce them to Hajara who studied law. You find a laboratory scientist, introduce them to Sacha Maria, who is a laboratory scientist. You find a doctor, introduce them to someone of a medical profession in the company because they will connect easily. Is it clear? That way, then can connect with someone they have something in common with. This will help you close more prospects. Some of you want to feel you are the mentor. You get a very good high class, you are the one closing them. When you hear my story, most times I called my upline. Most times. A few scenarios when I handled it myself, but those were product customers. Those who were joining the business, always I included my upline. Why? Because my upline was a banker. He was a CEO of a bank. His wife was the head of an organization in Church of Uganda. My other upline was a student at the university who was driving a G-touring car. So really, my upline success team was enough to close my prospects. Okay. Anyone with a primary motivating factor or a positive mental attitude. Those are people. So you see what I was talking about. Anyone of your level and above. People with a positive mental attitude, they are confident like themselves and have a high self-esteem. You find someone, they don't have money, but they are so positive about life. You tell them it is possible to make 1 billion shilling. They say, yes, I think it is possible. I remember when we were baking cakes and cookies, we used to bake them at my father's backyard. And my friends, one of them is called Mark Cesars. He's now a lawyer with Cesars Advocates in Entebbe. My other friend, we were all in vacation, is now head of genetics something in the USA. And he was appeared also in the news here one time. When he comes, they have an office in Mukono, genetics or something, in Entebbe. The other friend is a headmaster of a school in Mukono. Now, those guys were all vacists, and we were all having a dream. But the person who invited me to join network marketing made a mistake. He found all of us together and went direct to the company. He said, there is this thing of GNLD. They sell supplements. Who would like to come? Because me, I was really broke. I said yes. The rest refused. But if he had invited us by talking about the future and dreams, all of them would join that day. I don't know if you're getting me. So it is easy to find people with a positive mental attitude and show them your business. Don't start from the business, start with the dreams. I bet you these people represent no more than 10% of the population. These folks have normally already done some personal development. If they join the business, they don't have a lot of baggage or self-limiting beliefs to overcome. Some of these people, you don't tell them invite. They know that for them to grow, they must bring people in such a business. So please prospect people with a positive attitude. People with proven multi-level marketing experience. Networkers. Now, some of you start from networkers. Did we start from networkers? We started from professionals, teachers. We talked about people who earn commissions, and now we are on this. Prospects with proven multi-level marketing success in the past. When I go in a new country, and I want to prospect, those days when I was building a network, I would start with someone like this, so that they lead my people. And I would go to Facebook, I study who is not successful, but who is doing network marketing like me in that country. And now I see them, some of them may have stopped doing it, but they were doing it. So list them down, not your typical MLM junkie, but someone who has at least built a big team once in the past. There's a guy called Michael. Today he has not come. Jalia prospected Michael. Michael was in my team. Those who were in AIM before, like Dad Muhire, there was a team I started in Malawi. I was the first distributor of that company to start a team in Malawi. And I was so busy because I was a bigger upline, I left Michael there. And Michael built a big team. Where is Kenneth? Kenneth knows Michael. Michael had stopped doing networks because he got busy with employment, and Jaria brought Michael. I saw him, and Michael's attitude is very good. And I know Michael will still build big here. I don't know if you are getting what I'm talking about. So look for people who have built it before. You may not know them, don't worry. But if you find them, kindly get them to this business. They know what to do and how to do it. If you can show them how your business opportunity would be a good fit for them, many of these people will listen. Today, we have French Zoom. And who is the guest speaker for French Zoom today? CEO. Now, I said, I'm not building a network, I understand, but I'm so excited to invite my friends in Cameroon. So I sent them a message, I know they have already replied, how we started a network marketing business with product base, and I'm working with Mr. Elias Moos to support his vision as the vice president. And they know Elias, of course. So I put there a poster of Elias in French because they speak French. And I put the link. I said, please, if you want to be a part of the wave that is already happening in East Africa, now we are bringing it in West Africa, don't miss. And I sent to so many Cameroonians. I have so many friends in Cameroon through network marketing. I believe, not all of them, but 4 or 5 will listen to the business. And I know they will find it different from other businesses. We always post, we are having a Zoom in Tanzania, Swahili, on Friday. None of you invites. But you have people you know that side. I don't know if you're getting me. We post, we have a Zoom, English Zoom, dollar presentation. People from Namibia, people from South Africa, people from Liberia. Someone yesterday, imagine the Zoom yesterday had Hamson sharing his full story. When I was starting who was there? Who was there? How was the Zoom yesterday? Mr. Armstrong was there. How was it? It was different from other Zooms. Why? Because for the first time, I shared my story a bit before I shared the plan. And I believe so many people are inspired. You don't know what it means to show a video, even if it is not yet 100% done, of a building someone got from network marketing. And you have no prospect there. So let us look for them. They are saying they are some of the people that can take your business very high. Some of you were in Forever Living, were in M Global, were in GNLD, and you know those people. Contact them and show them. Women, people who can take you high. Women, can we say women? Women are amazing. They can multitask. They are nurturers. They are great at building and maintaining relationships. So which type of women? Of course, women who are your level and above. And these are women who are having a positive mental attitude, and those with money, those who are working in big offices. Also, many are underpaid and undervalued in the corporate world, and they are looking for something better. There are offices in corporate world where only men are at the top. How many have seen those offices? And the women are just earning low money. There are offices like that. So in Africa, still the corporate world, yes, there are women in high offices, but still men are in higher offices. It is common in Africa. So please, you invite them. They see a lady like Hajara who has earned over 100 million in her first 6 months. I don't know if you click that. Also, many are underpaid. Women crush in our industry, and if you aren't actively prospecting ladies, you are leaving a lot of money on the table. When women see network marketing, they take it very serious. So I would like you to visit women saving groups. Can you imagine women saving group? Means they have money. Show them this opportunity. But don't start by explaining the business. Start by talking about the dreams and the future and the life they want to live. We had a lady called Janet. She was in our previous company, and Janet was good at empowering women. When she's talking, she would talk about the future, how a woman should live, how a woman can be a better woman. In your home, you can still be submissive, but yet with a higher pocket. Can you imagine when a woman is very submissive, but they have more money than you? You even fear when they talk to you. A woman who is very submissive, but they have money. They put food for you on the table, they say, Sebo, emereyo. But you know they are the ones who bought it. Men, you are in trouble. Work hard. Someone said that it is okay. This one is a by the way now. It is okay to have a woman who earns more than you. Yes. But you must, if you earn more than the lady and you are a humble man and she's submissive, the family is sweet. Please, women are very hardworking. Today, social media is full of young ladies selling. True or false? Bags, shoes, what? You go for those events when they are, try. By the way, if you want to prospect the right people, there's a platform called Tubayo. Who knows it? One lady, another one. Where are you? That Tubayo has young people who are selling things online, and now they bring them together in a showroom to sell physically. And one time I attended that event, and when I went outside, I saw very many cars, but the customers had not yet come. So I asked, who is owning these cars? There is one lady I went close to. She's a friend of Joan. Joan knows that lady. I asked her, so how did you make money to buy a car? She says her story. Another one was selling lipstick, mere lipstick. And she also had a car parked. And they are women, and not women, young girls even, some of them. They are selling on social media, they are very serious. Now those people are looking for extra money, that's why they sell. There's a friend of mine who is a human resource manager in a certain good company, and every weekend she parks her car in a nice place where high people go, and she has bags there, nice bags. She brings them from Italy, and now they are in the boot. So she sits in her car, and people come and they buy. Such people need this business. There's another lady I know who is not employed. She's a housewife. Her husband is doing well. We met her with Mr. Silas when they came in Uganda. She drove Mr. Silas from Ruby to here. She's Uber driver. But inside her car, she had a seat for a baby. So we asked her before she drove Mr. Silas, so how comes you're a young, good-looking lady and driving Uber? Why don't you get a job? She said, no, I'm not interested in a job. I am a housewife. My husband earns good money. I just do this so that I am busy. I just do this because I want to be busy. They leave her with enough kameza. So she has money. Those people, if you go tell them, they are looking for what to do and they have the money to join. How many housewives are now at home and they are just watching TV, watching Instagram, cooking for their children and husbands, and they are educated? How many do we have in Uganda? Very many. How many single mothers do we have in Uganda? They are working, but when they go back home, they are the breadwinners. How many single mothers do we have? Have you recruited them? Have you showed them the business? Yes, they may say no, but most of them say no because you attack them with the business direct. Attack with dreams. Attack with, you are a housewife, you are at home, the husband is working. Listen to this. The husband is working, he has a good job. What happens if he loses his job? Number one, motivating factor. Number two, it's a bad news. What happens if he dies? Don't people die? What happens if he dies? The relatives are looking at you. You are like a gold digger. That's what they say, relatives. You're a gold digger. So they start waking up. I need my own business. I need my own money. And then you show them the business. There are many people I've recruited in my business who are women working from home. There is a lady who I won't mention for confidentiality. She's married to a high-class Muslim in this country. High class, big profile. I went to her home, and at around this time, maybe midday, the large screen was showing movies, and she's seated with Hajats, who are also housewives. You know, housewives connect with housewives. And they were there watching a movie at this time. I entered, I said, yeah. And they are happy. Why are they happy? Kameza money is a lot. Then they told me that, please, you finish early, we are going to the embassy. We have to travel for holiday. Housewives Union. When I was presenting, I increased the GIA. Because I knew now money is available, I presented the highest package. It was a company where people had to invest. They invested the highest package, all of them. That day I stopped working at 2 p.m. Because you have made money. But some of us, we are struggling. Such people, some of them may not come here directly. You have to go to them. When you show them the business, they start coming. Is it clear? Influencers. There are many. We live in a social media world. And there are people who will post their business on social media and immediately they get people. I see Hajara, she's trying to build her social media. The word is trying. She's not yet an influencer on social media. She's trying. If you're listening, you write it down. Trying. Then there are people who are already influencers. If Hajara can get what they have, She has a big business to share. I don't know if you're getting me. Now, people already have a good platform on social media, and now you show them the business, they post their product on social media. There's a lady, there's a company, I may not mention the name, but it's a network marketing company. They sell trading products. And this lady, she's a social media person. And if I'm not mistaken, some of you know her called Senga Acid. You know her? So she goes on her group, she starts marketing on her social media. In a space of 3 months, she had become the high pin of that company. 3 months. Because everyone was just following her. Social media people are good. We are leaving them, other companies are getting them. We are leaving them, Forever Living is taking many of them. Why? They are good at social media. Influencers are very good. You know them. Some of them are even in your neighborhood. Some of them are still small social media people, but they have a bigger following than you. Let me do a survey here. How many people have a following on TikTok or Instagram? How many people? How many people? 1.8 what? Okay, say it properly so that everyone understands it. 1,800, you come here. Let's clap for her. Who else has TikTok? How many followers? 50. You remain seated. How many followers, Joan? 2,900. Come here. I want to teach you guys. Azida, how many? Please, Joan, come. How many? Pardon? 3,000. 2,000. You come here. My wife has such a following, Joan, and Joan is a business lady, by the way. Before she joined this business, these people are that's why you know my friends on social media. I have so many young women on social media I know because one of the businesses, you ask your friend, I was also in that event. Because my business I was doing by then had product. So when I heard of Tubayo, I said, let me take my product there. And I met your friends. If you do what I'm telling you, you'll have a big team. Who has also? How many? Don't put up your hand for 50. Don't waste your energy. Come here, join me. If you have 2,000, join me. 1,000 and above, join me here. Join me here. 1,000 friends and above on TikTok. Now, let me tell you the truth. Come. Let's clap for them. Where is Trimton Ambassador? How many do you have, Trimton Ambassador? Pardon? With the mask, we can't hear, but don't remove it. There is a reason why you have it. 12,000! No wonder. How much do you sell in Trimton? In a month, how much in dollars do you sell? They will understand dollars better. Pardon? Okay, Uganda shillings. 18 to 20 million worth of sales. Mr. Armstrong was sharing with me, he has a friend around somewhere who was talking about her, and they didn't know that Mr. Armstrong even knew the person. People are talking about her. There is even someone called Mia. Has Mia bought Trimton? Mia is our friend and Arias. We saw her come here. We said, hey, who has brought you Mia? And they said Trimton Ambassador. They didn't call her Trimton Ambassador. They call her Farida. So he said, Farida? I even didn't know they were talking of her. When I saw her, I said, that one on TikTok, she's a star. Let me tell you the truth, and no one will open up this for you because there are few networkers who have used TikTok. I use TikTok and Twitter in my other businesses, and in one business where I use Twitter, you can never know my Twitter name because it's not what you know. I named it another name. And that business, I made crazy sales on Twitter. Crazy. So don't joke with this. Grow your number to 5,000. You're already good. Just continue. Grow your number to 5,000 and you see magic. The science on TikTok is every day you must show up. Every day, show up with the product. Talk about, study it. Go on YouTube, study what they do. Show up. There is a guy, I used to buy perfumes only on the plane or, of course, when I've grown in the industry, not before. Only on the plane or in the duty free. I would just love it. Just going in the duty free, I buy. I would just love it. I would just, you know what I'm talking about. One day I saw on TikTok a guy marketing. That was 2021, COVID-19, marketing crazy. Then I said, let me call this guy. From the time I called him, this guy up to now, every day markets. Today, he has a big shop at Acacia. From nobody, he didn't have even capital. He used to preach the word of God. You know those people preach. That is his story. Praise God. Hallelujah. He's now having a big shop. I asked him, do you still preach? He said, not on the street now. You may take your seats. Grow your numbers. Influencers, anyone on social media is going to bring you good business. Where did she get Mia? I'll come back to Mtona Ambassador. Did you know Mia before? Imagine. These are high-class women. Mia used to work for GNLD as a receptionist. Then she went in the bank. Then she went in another organization. And you even about to recruit her, you may take your seat. If they become a customer or join your team and decide to pursue the business, they will make a lot of sales and sign up a lot of people. AIM Global, your former company, had a lady who was a YouTuber. This lady became a global ambassador of that company within a space of 1 year, and yet people were taking years to become global ambassador. And she did not even recruit so many. She recruited a few who are like her. They were only focusing on YouTube. As a disclaimer, you could approach these groups of people and they still might not be interested. Or they might join your team and do nothing. That is always a possibility. Plus, you could recruit someone outside of these demographics and they might crush it in the business. Like I mentioned earlier, you just never know who is going to get serious and crush in the business. However, the groups mentioned above are the great prospects to focus on if you want to recruit up in your MLM business. How many of us want to sponsor and sponsor and sponsor until one day, even though you are on opposition side, but until one day you fall in the hands of Janet Museveni? Do you know even the opposition, they go there? Just imagine, tell your neighbor. One day you receive a call, hello, I don't know if you know who you are talking to, but this is the secretary of the First Lady. I'm here to inform you that you have an appointment at midday about your nutritional supplements. Please keep time. If you don't keep time, we shall arrest you. Who would like to receive that call? Who would like to receive it? And you know they don't take one omega-3, one andro-T. They take boxes. There is a guy in Tanzania, he's a doctor. He's actually not a qualified doctor. He's a student in medicine. And he went to the office of Tanzania and picked the whole andro-T available. He just asked one question. How much andro-T is in store? We told him, how do you ask such a question? He said, no. How much do you have? Because I have come to finish. We told him, because Tanzania is a small office, we said what we had, 100. Mr. Armstrong had supplied. And the guy told Elias, I want all of them by Wednesday. So that was kickoff time. He came back, he picked all of them because others were still looking at them. And he finished all of them. Now we are sending, but his order is waiting to finish what we are sending. How many want to be like that? Do you know that guy does not sell to ordinary people? Because ordinary people can't take 100 andro-T at a go. He's selling to groups, to associations, to serious people. There's another lady in Kenya who went to the Cancer Institute. And liver cancer was becoming serious in Kenya. So she went there and presented liver care. After presenting, she thought they would tell her that you please come back for a procurement protocol. Mr. Armstrong knows that system. They said, no, we have been waiting for such a time. When can you deliver? She said, but are you sure? They said, yes, how much do you want? She bought, Mr. Armstrong, if you remember, That time in Kenya, there were too many River Care board, one lady. And she became a brass immediately. Who wants to rank up? Upscale marketing. Can a poor person order for 100 River Care? You will get all what you want in life if you help enough people get what they want. Zig Ziglar. You will get what you want if you help enough people get what they want. May God bless you. We have had a fantastic training. Who has learned something? Who has learned something? Who says, I've learned how to sell upscale? Who says, I'm ready to market to the real people, big people, serious people? Who says, my weekends will be always meeting rich people? There are many. Do you know this weekend? First, this is going to be fast, eh? Which places are going to have many middle class? Mention them. Right. Mention as you write. Let's finish this in 4 minutes. Mention, put up your hand. If I say no, you put it down. Pardon? Acacia Mall. Yeah, right, it has capital shoppers. Acacia Mall is big. It may also have people lower than what we are talking about. Capital shoppers, that's a good answer. Weekend. What about the banks? Yeah? Quality supermarkets. Is it in Tinda Naria? Naria. Another one. Are you writing? If you meet each other there, tell your neighbor, again there is Indian. Don't prospect in the same place. Yes, sir. Pardon? Mega supermarket. Yes, mega standard. It's okay. It's okay. Write it down. Pardon? Chinatown. Yeah, also. But I don't know if people still fidget to enter. If they still fidget, don't write. But if you enter very well, you write. Banks. Which bank? For you that you know this bank. Centenary. In the one of Kampala Road. Ngauyingi the boat, you see them. Honorable members of parliament picking money for taking children back to school. I don't mean talk to them direct. Hey, we have OQATA business. No. Connect. Can we say connect? Another one. Pardon? Akamwesi, yes. At Akamwesi, at first it was only Karere boys. Now it is no longer Karere boys. Everyone on that road discovered, why should I go far when there is Akamwesi? So Akamwesi has nice restaurants. Just sit at a nice restaurant and tell the person who comes to the table, tell them, bring me, don't ask for water. They may think you are poor. So say, bring me Coca-Cola with ice cubes and lime. Can we say it together? Say it one more time. Bring. Don't speak like that. Bring me Coca-Cola. They will say, no, this one. Say it with swag and don't look at them. Be busy on your laptop. Coca-Cola, ice cubes and lime. Yes. That's how corporate people behave. But if you say, bring me a bottle of water, they say, hey, but we're joke go. If you are having money, order for a high standard drink, but I'm giving you the tip. Then, when you sit, people will start walking in. Can we say they are walking in? But dress nicely. Dress nicely. Get your best perfume on. Have a nice gadget. Look at people. Keep walking out. You walk out so that they see you. You wave. You know the people who wave are politicians. They are people with, do you know the truth? People who wave. Have you seen poor people waving around anyhow? They are rich people who wave. Because they believe you know them. So be the same, but don't wave when your dress code is not attractive. Dress nicely. Ladies. If you want to attract men with money, don't dress the opposite. You know the opposite? You will attract different things. Dress nicely, respectable, but nice. Over the weekend, you do whatever you can, but balance the day. Don't dress in a full suit. I know networkers, you like suits. On a Sunday at 1 p.m. You will scare people. Be casual but looking good. You will attract so many. In a supermarket, do like this. Try it. Please stop the recording. Try this one.